financially mostly, from what I see. 'Cause, it's all about, everyone wants to be a big shot, but they gotta pay the price. They have to know how to handle defeat.
If I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference, almost a 100-pound weight difference. It's insane. Let's say he comes in at 200 pounds. It's still a 65-pound weight advantage, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Into that.
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight.
Mike Tyson isn't holding back when it comes to Jake Paul's latest bold claim about beating Gervonta Tank Davis. The former heavyweight champion, known for his brutal honesty as much as his devastating punches, ripped into Paul after the YouTuber turned boxer suggested he could defeat one of the most feared fighters in the sport today. Tyson, who has been both supportive and critical of Jake's boxing journey, made it clear that stepping into the ring with a pound-for-pound talent like Davis is no laughing matter, and he didn't mince words in reminding Jake of the gap between internet stardom and elite boxing greatness.
Quite surprised because it sounded like Jake Paul and Joshua was getting closer and closer for January. However, there have been rumours of Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul in the past. I think with Gervonta Davis, there's kind of legal problems in the last month or so and rumours about his retirement. I don't think it's a massive shock that he is taking this Jake Paul fight if it is going to go ahead, purely for the reason that it's a lot of money for maybe not the most difficult job that he's going to have in his career. So it's a strange one, but yeah, it's just another kind of day in the sport, really, isn't it? Yeah.
The matchup between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is scheduled for November 14th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida. It was initially to be held in Atlanta, but was moved after concerns from the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission over how large the weight difference is between the two fighters.
Oh my days. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is this real? This can't be real. Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight. And now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this, but Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm Arena. This is random, no?
Jake Paul enters with a record that includes 12 wins, 7 by knockout, and 1 loss. Jake Paul leveraged his influencer fame into a serious boxing career through high-profile crossover fights and business ventures.
People are like so fucking insecure. Kind of lost myself in the whole entertainment world, and so when I found boxing, it gave me that like routine, that discipline. I got to like take time for myself in these boxing camps, and every day for training I had to like meditate. And boxing gave me the ability to like reflect on myself and like realizing who I was and who I wanted to be, and that helped me mature. You get addicted to that validation from others, and that's something that I realized that I had to face. And like, why do so many people want clout? I'm not good enough. I need followers. I need likes. It's driving a lot of our generation because they're working so hard to get this external validation.
Gervonta Davis is undefeated in 30 wins, 1 draw, and many knockouts. He holds the WBA lightweight title, but that title will not be on the line in this fight because of the mismatch in size, and this fight is being promoted as an exhibition. That means some of the formalities of a typical professional bout, rounds, weight limits, and various regulatory constraints are more flexible and negotiable depending on which commission ultimately sanctions it.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Who do you think will win between Jake Paul and Gervonta?
But I don't know. It should be Gervonta, right? But the weight size and everything, we'll see. It's a fun fun entertainment.
Mike Tyson, who has already shared the ring with Jake Paul, has reportedly urged caution as Paul prepares for a showdown with Davis. Tyson understands firsthand the pressure and intensity of fighting Paul, but he also recognizes the serious risks of facing a fighter as skilled and explosive as Davis. While Paul has size and youth on his side, Tyson believes Tank's speed, technical mastery, and knockout power make him a dangerous opponent, regardless of the weight difference. His warning reflects concern that Paul may be underestimating the level of danger Davis presents. For Tyson, the spectacle may draw massive attention, but he stresses that Jake must weigh his legacy against the real physical risks.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog, there's no doubt about it. He showed that, but Barrios is a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
Eddie Hearn has expressed serious concerns about Jake Paul's fight with Gervonta, arguing that it's more than just a spectacle. He warns that the matchup may be an uneven contest in terms of size, risk, and safety, and that Paul could emerge from it physically damaged. Despite acknowledging the huge financial incentive and public interest in the bout, Hearn feels the mismatch could lead to getting beaten up, which might derail Paul's plans, especially a fight with Anthony Joshua. He says that even though the commercial appeal is enormous, sometimes the danger is too real to ignore. While he rates the fight's chances as 50-50, his underlying message is clear. In this fight, Paul risks far more than just his record. In Hearn's view, his well-being is on the line.
We know that Gervonta is going to fight Jake Paul in November, and then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart bit of business. I think it's extremely dangerous for Jake Paul. You know, I've got the general feedback is the boxing world saying, please, AJ, go in and evaporate this young man from the boxing world so we can all get on as normal. You've got Jake Paul fans thinking bizarrely they can beat Anthony Joshua. And the most bizarre thing out of everything is that Jake Paul genuinely believes he will beat Anthony Joshua. I think that's the only reason we're going to see this fight. But I truly believe you're going to see it at the beginning of 2026.
Carl Froch, former super middleweight world champion, has raised serious safety concerns about the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis exhibition, citing an estimated 65-pound weight gap between them. Froch notes that Jake Paul has recently competed near the cruiserweight limit, about 200 pounds, while Davis fights at lightweight, around 135 pounds.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he's just so much wrong. It's just, everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level. And then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
Froch argued that in a real boxing world, this matchup wouldn't be licensed because the risk is too high. He points out that Davis has never had to absorb blows from someone with Paul's size and mass, and that a single heavy punch from Paul, especially one thrown swinging or from the hip, could do serious damage.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer. He never will be. And he proves time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So, Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
Though Froch believes Davis has the technical skill, movement, and pacing to control parts of the fight, he doubts Davis has enough power to decisively hurt Paul. Still, the unnatural weight advantage held by Paul makes the contest dangerous in Froch's view.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into.
in the next episode. But hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Frotch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.